Welcome back to the second iteration of the Gathering Championship, this time in the Ohn'ahran Plains. And be sure to stick around till the end for lessons learned and additional commentary. Here's a quick recap of the rules and our competitors: the Warrior, the Druid, the Demon Hunter, and the Evoker. And since there's no elemental cloth that drops in the zone, the Warlock will be sitting this one out. And round 1 is mining with the Warrior. Since competing in the Azure Span, the Warrior has got a new pickaxe and now has 285 points in mining. We do a quick check of his bags to make sure they're empty. And with the start of the clock, the Ohn'ahran Plains competition begins. In the first 2 minutes, the Warrior has some bad luck with some disappearing nodes. But after that, things start going smoothly. The Warrior has maxed out surveying in his mining tree, so let's see if he gets any unlimited diamonds this week. And with the 1 hour mark coming up, the Warrior squeezes in one last node right at the buzzer. Now it's time to head to the auction house to see how much he can get. And as you can see in chat, a lot of his auctions are selling before he can even finish posting. In round 2, we have the Druid with herbalism. The Druid could still use one upgraded piece of equipment, and this week he's got 255 points in herbalism. The Druid hit max reputation with Artisan Consortium this week, which gave him a nice boost in knowledge points. And his clock starts and he begins. Last week in the Azure Span, the Druid got second place. Let's see how well he can do in Ohn'ahran Plains with there not being as much Writhe Bark. And at the 1 hour mark, the Druid is sneaking in one last herb, maybe hoping the refs don't see it since it looks like he was 2 seconds over. But regardless, he heads to the auction house to post what he gathered anyway. Looks like this week he's got over 100 less Writhe Bark. That's certainly going to hurt his position. And now for round 3, we have the Demon Hunter with skinning. This week the Demon Hunter has 194 points, getting a little better with spending those points. And his gear could still use a little bit of work. And there he goes. Looks like he's heading immediately to the Rock Fang area. The Rock Fang pelts that drop are, they sell for a decent amount. Throughout the course of the hour, the Demon Hunter hopped around from spot to spot looking for Rock Fangs and the Thunder Lizards, which drop the Thunder Scales. We'll see how those do on the auction house. And coming in at the 1 hour mark, the Demon Hunter engages the last couple mobs to get those last few skins in. And then he heads to Veldraken to open up all the stomachs that he's got. Looks like he's got more stomachs this week. See how that helps him. Sells his trash. Heads to the auction house. Posts everything. The Rock Fang leather seems to fetch a good price. Might have been a mistake not concentrating more on them. And the 4th and final round, we have our previous champion with mining and herbalism, the Evoker. The Evoker has 165 points in herbalism and 165 points in mining. Last week in the Azure Span, the Evoker was able to take advantage of the herbalism and all the Writhe Bark in that zone. Let's see if that advantage can keep in the Ohn'ahran Plains. At 1 hour, the Evoker snags one last elemental earth node and heads to Veldraken. And as the Evoker begins posting, many of his auctions are selling immediately. Now it comes down to waiting for the gold to get to the mailboxes. And after needing to repost some of the skin materials, we have the results. In 4th place, the Demon Hunter with skinning, making a total of 3,538 gold. In 3rd place, with an upset, the Druid with 8,808 gold. In 2nd place, the Warrior with 9,458 gold. And again, in 1st place this week, we have the Evoker with 9,972 gold. So now let's compare how the Ohn'ahran Plains did versus the Azure Span. The most obvious point is that herbalism lost the Writhe Bark advantage. Mining in the Ohn'ahran Plains did about as well as mining in the Azure Span with only a 350 gold difference. Skinning did a lot worse with a 2,000 gold difference. The biggest differences being in the amount of vendor trash, the amount of resilient leather, and the fact that the cacophonous Thunder Scales did not sell very well at all on the auction house. Last point is mining and herbalism didn't do that much better than just mining in the Ohn'ahran Plains with only a 500 gold difference. And so far, lessons learned for skinning, quantity is better than quality. A significant amount of the gold earned from skinning was by selling vendor trash, and just killing more mobs will get you more vendor trash. For herbalism, the amount of writhe bark is really what's going to make or break you. Whether it's worth farming herbs or not. This isn't too surprising given the big price differences in writhe bark compared to other herbs. Also, the botters know this. When I was in Ohn'ahran Plains, I did not see any bots or people that look like they were botting. And whenever I'm in Azure Span, I see at least one or two. And also on the topic of botters, the prices for raw materials has dropped significantly. When I first leveled my Evoker, I was getting a lot more gold from just an hour of farming. Like 10,000 gold an hour now is almost not worth it. Like I could level a bunch of alts to level 70 and then just do world quests and make more gold an hour from just that, while also getting like reputation and potential item upgrades for my alts. Regardless, I still plan on continuing this series and making shores and Theldrassus just to see what I can get from those zones. I doubt they're going to be better than Azure Span, but hey, we'll see. So if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe, and thanks for watching.